Hey everyone! Today I am going to be making some tiramisu inspired cupcakes for my birthday, which is tomorrow. 2 years ago I made myself an entremet mirror glaze cake. I'll leave a link to it up here if you want to go check it out. It turned out really good and I really liked it, but it was a lot of work, and this year I just want to do something easy. I love tiramisu, it's my favorite dessert, but cupcakes are super easy, so I thought that that would work out perfectly today. So let's get started. Right off the bat, I'm cheating and I'm using white cake mix from a box. You can use a white cake mix from scratch if you want to do that, but I am all about doing it easy today, so that's what I'm using. I'm just following the recipe on the back of this. So whatever box cake you have, just follow the recipe. Or if you're doing it from scratch, just follow whatever recipe you're using. Now that that is mixed up, I have my cupcake tin with the little cupcake liners all inside. An easy way to make consistent cupcakes is if you have an ice cream scooper. Just use this to portion out the batter. It makes it really easy and you get consistent cupcakes like every time. I only have this one cupcake tin, so I'm going to stick the batter into the fridge while this one bakes, and then do another batch. So now, these go in the oven. My cupcakes are out of the oven, at least the first batch. So now we can start making all the other things that go along with this recipe. Quick tip, if you're not gonna use all of your cupcakes at this time, you can take some and freeze them. So you have to wait until they're completely cooled, at least an hour, and then take some plastic wrap and individually wrap each one that you want to freeze. It may seem a little excessive, but this helps cut the freezer burn taste that you might get if you leave them in for a long time. So just wrap them up as tight as you can. There we go. Wrap up as many as you want, and then you can stick them into a Ziploc bag and into your freezer. You want to try not to squish them. They're cupcakes, so they're spongy. So you don't want to squish them or else they'll get all messed up in the freezer. If you freeze them, they keep for up to 3 months. So yeah, tiramisu is like lady fingers that are soaked in a coffee liqueur mix, I guess. But since I'm pregnant, I'm not going to be making it alcoholic. Some people use coffee liqueur, some people use brandy. I am not, so I'm just going to be doing a coffee mixture. I have 2 tablespoons of instant coffee. You can also brew up some fresh coffee if you want. Again, I'm going the kind of lazy route this time. So instant coffee, and then 3 tablespoons of sugar, and then you need 3/4 of a cup of hot water. Make sure everything is all mixed up. Set that aside to cool. So for the frosting, you'll need 2 cups of heavy cream, and then we're going to whisk that on high until it becomes nice and whipped. And once that is nice and whipped, you don't want to go too far or else you'll accidentally make butter. So now add 2/3 of a cup of confectioner's sugar or powdered sugar and a teaspoon of almond extract. This is another one where people use a kind of alcohol instead. Amaretto, I think is what it's called. Again, I'm not going to use that. Amaretto has an almond flavor, so that's why I'm using almond extract. And hopefully this isn't too much because I'm just making this up on the spot. The substitution anyway, so I guess we'll see. So then mix that up again. Make sure to start at a low speed because the powdered sugar can fly up and get all over you. And finally, we're gonna add a whole block of cream cheese. Traditionally, people use mascarpone cheese, but it's kind of hard to find where I live. At least if my grocery store does have it, they were out of stock when I went and looked. So a substitute that you can do is cream cheese. It's a little bit more of a stronger flavor than mascarpone, but it works. So I'm gonna add it in batches so that it doesn't like overwhelm the frosting. So I'm probably gonna try to do it in like 3 or 4 chunks. So put that in, and then I'm gonna do it on a slow kind of setting so that I don't over whip the whipped cream. So now I'm gonna taste it to see if I have enough almond flavor. And now for assembly. These are nice and cool. Let's see, I'm just gonna do 2 for now, for camera purposes, I guess. All right, I have my piping bag ready to go. Gonna put some of my frosting in there. Set this aside. So first I'm gonna take a fork and kind of poke a couple holes into the top of this so that the little coffee mix that we made can soak in. And then once we do that, take the coffee mix, and I'm gonna use a spoon so I don't overdo it. Just very carefully pour a little bit on top. And the amount that you put in, or put on, I guess, is totally up to you. And now that that's all nice and soaked in, we do the icing. I like to do one little blob in the middle like this and then go around it, and the blob just helps make it like look more domed. Like that. Perfect. Now the final touch is a dusting of cocoa powder. A little sifter like this is perfect for this job. Okay, so basically I like to hold it over what I'm gonna be dusting because just putting this in is gonna make some fall. So put it in and then lightly tap it to do a nice dusting of cocoa powder. And there you go. Beautiful. So now I'm going to taste test this one for you guys. So you can see where the coffee mixture has come down. And actually, I would put more in there. That's like nothing. So with all the future ones that I'm gonna do, I'll probably add quite a bit more of the coffee soak, because you don't get any coffee flavor. It's still good though. I'm just gonna drizzle some of this on like this. See how it tastes. It's a lot better when you can actually taste the coffee. I've actually seen some recipes where instead of dribbling on the coffee like I did, they actually take the cupcake out of the liner and then just like dunk it in, like halfway or whatever. I thought that was a little excessive. Now that I've done it this way, maybe it's not excessive. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I'm pretty happy with these cupcakes. They pretty much hit the spot for me in terms of tiramisu. Like I said, the only thing that I would really change is adding more of the coffee soak. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, please leave a like, subscribe, hit that notification bell, all of that good stuff. If you want to follow me on any of my social media, those will be linked down below. And if you have any questions or suggestions for future videos, please leave a comment down below, and I'll see you next week. Thank you so much to my patrons for helping me produce this video. If you like my videos and have learned something from them, please consider supporting me on Patreon to help me continue to make them. It's totally optional. I'll still be making videos either way. It just helps me be able to put out better stuff. A link will be down below, or you can just click up here in the corner.